So we are on our way home. Me and Macha get to cuddle back here while our chauffeur is up there driving. It's just the beginning of a long 4-hour trip. Right now she's just relaxing.
Hey, Macha.
Say good morning, ICB.
Time to take a potty break.
Potty break.
Potty break.
Time to go potty. Oh, yes, she's been fixed. It's all cleaned.
Good.
Such a pretty girl.
So this is our first stop. It is a rest area. We're gonna let Macha run around, relieve herself, and hit the road. So we just had an incident, and it could have been bad. So I went into the facilities. Jen stayed with Macha, who's right here. She's hanging out. And there were some dogs over here without leash. You know, if you're taking your dogs out, man, you've got to keep them on leash. Macha weighs what, 5 pounds, if that. These dogs were big, and they came running over. The owners, you know, we freaked out because, well, they were big dogs, and they came running over here. Poor Macha runs underneath Jen's legs, and you know, obviously an argument ensued. They tried to justify it, saying that their dogs were on leash. I mean, the dogs had leashes on them, but they weren't holding them, and it was quite a frightening experience. I gotta tell you, there's one thing that pisses me off. It's people who take dogs out in public, take them off leash, and have no control over them. That's just, there's no legitimate reason to take your dog off a leash if you don't have control of them. It just doesn't. And I don't care who you are, what kind of dogs you have. The fact remains, you are responsible for them. It doesn't matter if they're not mean. Nobody else knows that. So if you've got a dog, just make sure you keep them on a leash. Ain't that right, Macha? Ain't that right, baby girl? Ain't that right? All right, let's take her for a walk. So what do you think about that little escapade we just had?
Well, I don't think that YouTube would allow me to have filmed myself because I said quite a few choice words.
Yeah, it was absolutely unbelievable.
It was ignorant.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, you ready to hit the road?
I'm ready to get out of here.
All right, let's do it. All right, so we have made it to our road, and unfortunately, Macha is in for quite a ride. The whole ride up here has been, you know, on the highway, nice and smooth, and now she is sleeping-ish, but I'm going to try to take it easy as easy as I can. But yeah, it's going to be a bumpy road for her.
She's doing okay so far. She's had a little bit of an upset belly. She's had a big couple of weeks. Came all the way from Texas.
Now she's home. All right, so the introductions didn't go as planned originally. So bad. Whitco, he's such an aggressive dog, a really hyper dog. So, you know, as soon as he knew that Matcha was here, he was just like 100% full on, you know, let me see her. And unfortunately, Matcha wasn't having it. So after about 10 seconds of trying to get Whitco to calm down enough, we said, the hell with it, we're taking a walk. So I grabbed Tasunka and Whitco. We took a walk around the yard 3 times, 3 loops. We took Matcha as well, and it seemed to calm everybody down. Then we did the introductions with Matcha and Whitco, and Whitco was a lot more, you know, calmer. So was Matcha. So it was a successful meet. We are not even close to having the 3 dogs off leash together in the same room. It's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot of time and a lot of patience to get these 3 to click. I think Tasunka has kind of accepted it. He's the older dog. He's a lot more calmer. Whitco, it's going to take, I think, a little bit more time to get adjusted, and I think it's going to be a lot for Matcha as well. So she has had a hell of a last 2 weeks between traveling from Texas here, spending time with her foster parents, you know, making a 4-hour trip, you know, here, and it's a lot for a little puppy. So we're going to be patient. We're going to take it slow. Right now, we've got Tasunka and Whitco in the cabin, and we have a large dog cage that we've got Matcha in. Now that's not where she'll stay. We do have a smaller cage that she'll be spending the nights in, and that'll be her place, if you will. And so we're gonna leave all 3 dogs in the house with Matcha in the cage, just so that they can kind of get acclimated. And then we haven't even talked about Sue. Sue out here real shortly, because, well, Sue needs to come out of his place now that we're home. And we're gonna let everybody just kind of settle down tonight, relax a little bit, and then we're gonna try it again in the morning. So, all right, for right now, we gotta eat dinner. It's been a terribly long day, so we're gonna do that, and then I'll show you what it looks like, the setup that we have in the house right now, and then yeah. So, all right. So this is where Sue stays. We've had this set up since he was a kitten, and it works great because it does give him a place away from the dogs, and we have his cat box in there. It's where he eats, and it works great. So and now that we have little Miss Matcha, it definitely Sue definitely has his little spot where he can get away from her if need be. So we do believe in crate training. As a matter of fact, Tasunka and Whitco are both trained with their crates, so that if we need to take them anywhere, or if they need to be in a crate, they have no problems with it. Now for Matcha, we have 2 of them set up. The first one here is the one that she'll sleep in. Smaller. It doesn't allow her as much room to move around in it, and the reason we want that is to help improve her chances of not having an accident at night. Now, it's not a surefire way, but it certainly will help as she gets older to prevent her from having any accidents in there until we can get her outside. Now, because we have dogs, existing dogs, we do not, under any circumstance, want to leave the dogs with Matcha alone at any time. Now, we have the ultimate trust in her, in Tasunka and Whitco. However, they are still dogs, and we need to understand that and prepare for that. So, if Jen and I are going to be outside and we do not want the dogs with us, we'll put Matcha in this larger kennel here. And the reason we do that is so that she has room to play in there. If she wants to sleep, she can sleep. She's not going to be in there very long, but it is going to give her an area separate from Tasunka and Whitco, so that nothing nothing bad happens with the three of them. So, all right, folks. Well, it has been a hell of a long day. Tasunka, Whitco, and Matcha have all met. They are all pretty much good to go. The challenge, not so much tonight because it's getting late and we're going to be putting Matcha to bed. But tomorrow, you know, it's going to be tough. You know, it's always tough bringing a new puppy into a family that has multiple dogs. And even though everybody seems to be pretty kosher, she's a puppy and she wants to play. And that means that it'd be really easy for her to piss off one of the other dogs. And we don't want that to happen. So the dogs are out. We're going to bring them inside and we're going to call it a night, and we will see you guys, well, in the blink of an eye. So it is, well, it's 3:30 now, but Whitco woke us up at 3 o'clock this morning to let us know that Tasunka had accidents all over the house. Diarrhea, upchuck. He's just not happy. Tasunka was a rescue, and when we got him, he was glued to me. And I suspect Tasunka there is feeling is really having a hard time with Matcha, the poor baby. He's just not liking having another puppy here. Right, Tasunka? So anyways, we've got the house all cleaned up. We kind of knew that this might happen. When we got Whitco, Tasunka, I think, if memory serves, Tasunka was a little anxious about that too. So, but all is good. Tasunka looks much better now. Whitco, what a good boy, coming in to letting us know that something was happening. But yeah, so everything's cleaned up. All the boys have been outside. Matcha has been outside. She's over here whining, but that's okay. I think Jen and I are going back to bed. Yeah. It's really early in the morning. We're gonna go back to bed, and yeah, it's gonna be a great day tomorrow. Great day. We'll see you in a minute. Well, we made it through the night, and Matcha seems to be doing really, really good out here. To be honest, I forgot what it's like to have a puppy. It's been a while. They are a ball of energy. So I just want to thank Delia, and I hope I pronounced that right. If I didn't, I'm terribly sorry. Natasha, the foster parents that had Matcha for about a week, and Celeste, the folks at Rescue Charlie's Friends. Like I said earlier, I can't say enough about the group of folks over there, the support they've given us, and what they're doing over there is just phenomenal. I'm going to leave the information in the description for them. If you want to help them, support them, or anything like that, you know, you'll have access to their contact information. For Matcha and Tasunka, Whitco and Sue and Jen and I, well, it's business as usual. We've got a lot of projects going on, and we have got a lot of work to do. So from all of us here at Hanbleceya Ranch, thank you so much for sticking around and watching this video. We really appreciate all of the support.
If you like the video, please hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button to stay tuned on our journey here in Maine. And yeah, again, thank you so much for the support, folks. It really means a lot. And yeah, all right. Well, we'll see you folks on the next video.
Come on, Macha. Come on.